This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the morning of Tuesday, March 11th, 2025. I'm Alex Brown. The University of Evansville is partnering with Evansville-based startup Anew for the We Grow Aces initiative. UE is purchasing one of Anew's Pure Produce containers, an upcycled shipping container that houses a modified version of the startup's smart garden appliance to grow crops year-round without traditional farming challenges. Anew CEO Scott Massey.
This will be the first container farm that's been placed at a university, and it's incredibly exciting because this is something that I think has the perfect intersection of need and capability happening, and it's so fitting that it's happening here in Evansville.
The initiative will give students hands-on learning opportunities and provide programs for local schools and community organizations to learn about nutrition, agriculture, and sustainability. Chicago-based R.R. Donnelley is planning to close its facility at the Freeman Field Industrial Park in Seymour this spring. In a notice to the state, the marketing, packaging, print, and supply chain services provider said the move will result in the layoffs of 96 employees, though a reason for the closure was not given. Connecticut-based GXO Logistics has announced plans to invest $11 million to expand its facility in Lebanon and add 400 full-time jobs. The supply chain management and logistics company says the expansion is expected to be complete by the fourth quarter of 2027. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
To succeed, you need to stay informed. You need to be engaged. And let's face it, you need to set yourself apart from the rest by connecting with a company that brings you the best. Because in today's environment, business is an ever-moving target, and we'll help you chase it. IBJ Media. The best of business is in us. Get started at ibjmedia.com/youngprofessional.
Indiana Attorney General Todd Rokita is applauding a February appellate court ruling that an Evansville doctor will remain without his medical license. IIB's Marek Mazurek has more.
Charges were brought against Dr. James Jennison in 2022 by the Office of the Attorney General. In 2023, the Medical Licensing Board revoked Jennison's medical license following a hearing where the board concluded that he had inappropriately touched 5 women while providing them with medical services. The board also found Jennison prescribed controlled substances without an active controlled substances registration and committed fraud or material deception in order to maintain a license to practice medicine. In May of last year, Marion County Judge Patrick Dietrich found the state had not met the burden required to revoke Jennison's license. The Indiana Court of Appeal reversed this decision in a February 25th opinion, finding the trial court erred when it granted Jennison's petition for reinstatement. Appeals Court Judge Mark Bailey said there is substantial evidence that supports the board's findings. Attorney General Todd Rokita's office said in a statement Monday that Jennison's actions, quote, violated a sacred trust, end quote. The appeals court sent back the case with instructions for the trial court to affirm the medical board's order. I'm Marek Mazurek for Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Officials in Upland have selected a design firm to oversee planning and design work on the town's largest ever revitalization effort. Last summer, Upland broke ground on the Main Street Mile initiative to build a mile-long pedestrian pathway to connect its downtown and business district with the campus of Taylor University. Now, Indianapolis-based firm The Veritas Group will take charge of master planning efforts along the pathway that figures to shape the small community for decades to come. Veritas will look at possible future developments such as a boutique collegiate hotel, retail and office space, and a destination restaurant. In December 2023, Taylor received a $30 million grant from Indianapolis-based Lilly Endowment's College and Community Collaboration Initiative to help develop the Main Street Mile project. Larry Hall, the chief curator of the Jim Irsay Collection, is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC, a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports and entertainment, and beyond. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Alex Brown for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.